Alright, here's the quick and easy way to do the EGR Block Off plates in a 2015 LML Chevrolet Duramax. First off, you remove the pigtail or harness that comes across the compressor. You got two plugs to your compressor. You got one plug to your alternator over here, and then you got another plug that goes to a pressure switch located at the top also. Just take it, move it out of the way. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the 4 bolts on the compressor after you've taken your serpentine belt off. Okay, make sure that you take your serpentine belt off. If you've got this nice little tool, it makes it a lot easier. But take your serpentine belt off, remove the 4 bolts, set the bolts off to the side, lift the compressor up, bring it out of the way. The next thing that you're going to do is these 2 bolts on top. This one here, you're going to take and completely remove those bolts. Okay, set them off to the side. Next, what you're going to do, this lower bolt right here, you're going to back out to where you got a pretty good gap. Take the top one completely out. There is another one way down here that you can't see, but you're going to do the exact same thing to it as you did to this one over here. Roughly there's just maybe about a 1/4 inch gap sitting right there. A little hard to see because of the darkness. Next, remove that one. Remove the one that is up here at the very top. When that happens, this is actually loose. What you'll do, if you look back here, you see you've got this gasket right here, which needs to be going towards the back. It needs to stay towards this aluminum block on both sides. These little metal tabs, there's one that's up front here. You need to bend it back a little bit, and you can do that with a flat blade screwdriver, just as you see me doing right here right now. Just put your screwdriver in there, kind of bend it back a little bit. You see how it's moving away. Okay, so you want to make sure that you got enough gap in both of them to where you can put that block off plate. Now, the first block off plate, they're both identically the same. You should have a tab over here on your right hand side, and you want to make sure that you keep your tab on that right hand side as you go in. The lower bolt hole is open, the top one is completely closed. So you're going to slide it in and make sure that it's sitting on that lower bolt. Okay, so slide it in just like so. Hold on to that tab until you feel it sitting up on top of there. And as you can see, I've got it there. The gasket is facing towards the firewall to the back of that aluminum plate. Okay, now the top part will actually slide in a little bit better once you get that bolt going back through it. Okay, second one, you're going to do the exact same thing. Keep the gasket over here on your far side, slide your plate in. It's sitting on the bolt. That little booger's not going to stay there just easy, but you can see how she just sits just like that. Once you've got it done, go ahead and take your upper bolt and get it started in both sections. Okay, I've got that one started. Putting this bolt in, watch your gasket. You may have to kick your gasket over just a smidge, one way or the other, to get it to line up. But once you get it to line up, whoops, sorry about that, guys. You can see how she lines up. Then all you have to do is tighten up all 4 bolts. These 2 bolts here, this bolt here, tighten that bolt here, and then you'll be able to put this back in place. All right, I would suggest go ahead and putting these bolts in place first and getting them started before you bolt the other ones up. All right, I'm going to try to pause this right now and see if I can come back. I'll get these bolted up and show you the compressor. Okay, here we are back again. I believe I told you wrong when the tightening sequence. Bolt these 2 back up and bolt these 2 side ones back up before you tighten this one or this one back here. The reason being is once you tighten these up on the sides, these 2 will line up over their holes a lot better. Okay, now as you can see, I've still got my compressor sitting up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our compressor back in. And it just sits down right in there like that. We have our bolts for both sides. We'll put them in. Make sure that we're there. Go ahead and give them a little turn with our finger. All right. And then we'll tighten those up. Now I like getting them snug first before I actually put any juice to them. Remember, this is aluminum, so it doesn't take much torque. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Let's see if we can kind of prop this up a little bit. All right, now that you got them snug, tighten them in a crisscross pattern. Believe it or not, you can warp the body of the compressor. Some people are saying, no, you can't. I've seen it. All right, now once that's on there, you can bring your harness that you put over there off to the side back over. Okay, so it simply goes up underneath. This wire right here has a little clip that holds onto there. That is your alternator wire. Plug your alternator wire back in. Next one is your high pressure switch for your AC compressor. Plug it back in. Excuse me, that's secondary high pressure. This is head pressure for your AC compressor. Plug it back in. Now there's a little gray clip, as you see right there. Make sure you push it back in. Here's the gray clip also. Okay, so when you push it in and it snaps, push that gray clip in to lock it in place. All right, so now all we have to do, put our belt back onto our AC compressor. Okay, fire it up, check for leaks. Everything's good as golden. Hope this video was useful to you.